In today's Leeds news, Leeds versus Manchester United selection, Rasmus Kristensen moves on, Willie Gnonto update, Rodrigo leaves Leeds United, ongoing sporting director talks, new goalkeeping coach appointed, additional friendlies announced, and interest in Rangers player. Hey folks, Jer here on Wednesday, the 12th of July with your Leeds United news. Hope you're all having a really good week so far. It's quiet in terms of incomings. It's not so quiet in terms of outgoings. There's quite a lot happening. And we'll get into this in a bit more detail, but it's still expected that something will happen this week in terms of incomings, but it's getting tight. It's getting tight. Also, just say massive thanks to everyone who has started to join in with the giveaway. The giveaway details, again, I'll give them at the back end of the video in case you haven't seen them. That'll be an ongoing thing until the giveaway finishes. So if you want to win the new Leeds United shirt, give them 2 away. Details at the back end of the video. Let's crack on and get into this, and we'll start off with news about the pre-season friendly. And Leeds kick off their 23-24 campaign today at 4 p.m. in Oslo with a friendly against Manchester United. Manchester United brought a squad with a couple of big hitters. Lisandro Martinez, Varane, Mason Mount, Sancho are all in that squad, along with Leeds interested. Amad Diallo is also named in that squad. Leeds looking pretty threadbare on the ground after a couple of outgoings today. In goalkeeping situation, we've got Chris Klassen and Danny van der Heuvel will travel to the game. Luke Ayling, Cody Drama, Montero, Cooper, Stroke, Vober, and Firpo from a defensive perspective will be there. From a midfield perspective, it's pretty much made of attackers and wingers. There's not a whole lot of central options there. Sam Greenwood, Jamie Shackleton, Sonny Perkins, Joe Gelhardt, Luis Sinistera, and Dan James. And up front, then you're looking at Mateo Joseph, Pat Bamford, and Jorginho Rutter. So a big gap in that midfield area Leeds would need to sort. Nothing yet from the potential of Adam Forshaw returning on a revised deal for Leeds, or Joe Robles. Nothing from those two players just yet. And I would imagine they're going to hold out for different offers, probably better offers at clubs. So let's talk about exits. And according to Fabrizio Romano, and now backed up by Adam Pope, Rasmus Kristensen's deal to AS Roma is complete. It is a season-long loan. There is no details just yet whether there is an obligation or an option to buy. Leeds did want that in the initial dealings with Roma. Kind of went quiet for a little bit, and it was said that that was due to negotiations breaking down over the structure of the deal. Roma want a straight loan with no obligation or option. Kristensen has a 5-year contract that Leeds. He's 1 year into that, which means he's got 4 years left on it. My maths is excellent. And then you've got 3 more years if he does come back. So there is a very strong possibility he could return to Leeds next season, and then Leeds have him for a bit longer, so Leeds can still dictate a price on that, and wait and see what happens over in Italy. So Llorente and Kristensen both at Roma for next season. In terms of other outgoings and news that came out yesterday about Everton having a bid accepted for Willie Gnonto, well, Joe Donoghue from the Yorkshire Evening Post has been on this morning to say that that is not the case. He said that there have been no bids for Willie Gnonto received by Leeds from any club just yet. He also goes on the article to point out that he doesn't believe that there is actually interest from the player to go to a club like Everton either. That Gnonto is looking for something better than that if he was to move on. It does go on then also to say that the Leeds do expect to get bids for Gnonto in the coming weeks, but as of right now, there are no bids on the table still for Willie Gnonto. So if Leeds Live are saying it today that there's bids, there's not. Take it from Joe Donoghue. The Yorkshire Evening Post have been pretty much on the money with everything they've said so far this pre-season. It also goes on to say that sources close to Everton say that because of the financial situation at Everton and the pending FFP judgment and even just their own balancing of their FFP for this season, that the Toffees would actually struggle to have any kind of money for an upfront fee for the player. So it's very unlikely at the moment that he will be heading to Everton. Aston Villa is still very much interested in the player as well. They're moving on deals this week as well. And there is interest in Italy in Gnonto as well. Leeds do expect interest in the player. But as of right now, no bids and no declarations of interest in the player still. So we will wait and see. Another player that has left Leeds today. This is a sad one for me. One of my favourite players over the last couple of years at Leeds. And according to, again, Fabrizio Romano, Rodrigo Moreno is set to leave Leeds United on a permanent deal. Rodrigo, in the final year of his contract, has agreed a deal with Qatari club Al Rayyan for a move to the Qatari League. The medical is expected to take place today, and a fee of rumoured to be between £2.5 million and £3 million will be received, which is a long way from the 27 million Leeds paid Valencia for the player when we sign him as a record signing. These are the Victor Orta clauses are now coming back to hurt Leeds a little bit. Just strange deals that he negotiated with players. Really strange deals. I don't understand it. That makes the 6th player to leave Leeds so far this summer. Rodrigo, I just mentioned him. Tyler Roberts, Aronson, Llorente, Rocket, and Kristensen have all left the club. That is 6. And if you go through them, the bulk of them outside of Roberts are all Premier League signings at Leeds signing when they got up there. So could be a situation in the dressing room, first game of the season, where the old guard are sitting around looking at each other in the championship, wondering, did the Premier League stuff even happen at all? How are we back here again? And all the players that had been there are gone. So it's a massive clear out. There's 10 to 11 players expected to leave Leeds, 6 gone so far, so more will leave. Junior Firpo's on that list of players expected to lead. Question marks over Pat Bamford's future, Jamie Shackleton as well, possibility of a loan for Sonny Perkins and Lewis Bate as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. There's more exits expected. Let's hope for some incomings as well. Let's move on to somebody who could actually help out with those incomings. And Leeds, apparently, according to Football Insider, are in advanced talks with Brentford technical director Lee Dykes about taking over the vacant sporting director role at Leeds United. Nick Hammond is currently in the role on a temporary basis and working away on the transfers for this window. Dykes has worked in all 4 tiers of English football, a very experienced sporting director, and according to Leeds data, he created his own algorithm that actually helped them to identify Ivan Toney and Mbuemo as players that they should sign, as well as others. They were the 2 more high-profile ones, but as well as others. So thanks to Leeds data for that information. Also, it should be said that across everything that I've seen and people in the business talking about him, Leeds getting Lee Dykes as their sporting director will be seen as a very, very much top appointment and a very strong appointment from the 49ers should they get that done. So not done yet, and it's coming from Football Insider, which always makes me kind of go, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yep, apparently in advanced talks, so we'll see how that goes. In confirmations, Leeds have finally confirmed their goalkeeping coach for this season. Leeds have confirmed the signing of Ed Wootten as their goalkeeping coach to join Daniel Farke. He's the 4th member of Farke's backroom side that have followed him from either Gladbach or Norwich to Leeds. Wootten had a similar role at Norwich, was the main goalkeeping coach there as well, but has worked in other roles and worked his way up through the backroom of Norwich, starting off with the academy all the way up into the first team. So comes in with a lot of experience for a young guy as well. Pictures of him in gear and training, which must have been taken the back end of last week or Monday, possibly. So wondering, has he been in slightly longer than we realised? And just the announcements just happened today. So speaking of announcements, Leeds have announced another friendly for pre-season. It's a late one, but Leeds have announced a pre-season friendly against Nottingham Forest, which will take place in Burton Albion Stadium in the Pirelli Stadium on Thursday, the 27th of July. So back end of this month, Leeds starting to cram in a couple of friendlies now that they need to. Details on tickets and LUTV are not confirmed just yet, but keep an eye on the Leeds United site for more details on that. And then finally for today, and pretty short enough one, Leeds rumoured to have an interest in a Rangers player. And according to Dean Jones from Give Me Sport, Leeds are interested in Rangers midfielder Glenn Kamara. Kamara is a 27-year-old midfielder and signed for them first in 2019 from Dundee after impressing at Dundee. He has 9 goals and 11 assists in his 193 appearances for Rangers and has a contract until 2025 at Ibrox. But a fee of around £5 million is what's being discussed as a potential fee. Glenn Kamara is a very good midfielder in Scotland. Championship should be okay. That should translate down into Championship. Wouldn't be their best player by a long stretch. It wouldn't be the best centre midfielder in Scotland, but a good midfielder nonetheless there as well. Not an exciting signing, but again, I don't expect Leeds to make exciting signings. I expect Leeds to make sensible and logical decisions over this window. Looking at what's been done so far, it is now looking more and more likely Ryan Manning confirmed is going to Southampton. Apparently was offered a better deal at Southampton and has a relationship with the manager, Russell Martin, as well. Also, it's now looking more and more like Hamer is heading towards Burnley, which is Premier League interest, which is tough to fight if you want to get a player. So Leeds not getting the players that were linked, but then again, we're not 100% convinced that these players were actually players Leeds were linked with, because there's not a huge amount of stuff leaking out of the club outside of what they want to come out of the club. So not a guarantee on that. Nat Phillips still being rumoured. Leeds apparently still in talks with Nat Phillips, and it could be done by the end of this week, but again, not coming from any official or credible sources just yet. So we'll have to wait and see on that. I keep saying we'll have to wait and see. It's that time of the year. I'm going to do this for probably the next 4 weeks. Just keep saying, wait and see what happens. But yeah, it's holding pattern for now, but I'm still okay with it till the end of the week. I don't expect that to happen today with the game. I could be very wrong. They could sign somebody this afternoon. But I think with the players being away, this might free up the background team to get some stuff done in the background. And hopefully by Friday, there are some incomings in the door, or at least players very close to coming in the door. So let's wait and see. So if you're watching the game, 4 p.m. kickoff in LUTV. If you're watching this after the game, hello, and hope it went well. Fingers crossed it did. I don't expect it to go well. It's a very young looking Leeds team versus a Manchester United team with some serious quality in it. So we're going to have to wait and see. That's it, folks. That's it for me for today. Thanks very much, as always, for watching and supporting the channel. If you're interested in the giveaway, 2 shirts to give away at the end of the season to be in a chance to win those shirts, you've got to like the video. All the daily videos, the more likes you have, the more chances you have to win on all of my videos between now and the end of the month. And then be subscribed to the channel. If you do that, you have a chance of getting the new Leeds United shirt, and I will wait until the end of the month in order to order that so that it's fully dicked out with all the sponsors. And if you want it personalized, I'll get that sorted for you as well and post it out to your house. So subscribe, like the videos between now and the end of the month, and that'll do that. Right, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.